Hello. Hello, everyone. How are you doing today? Welcome to another episode of Connections and Conversations. I am Dr. Tammy, and I'll show you my face here in just a second. Hello, everyone. How are you doing today? I hope you're well. I am Dr. Tammy, your success strategist and literacy educator. I help you strategize how to move in the direction of more and prepare for what's next. If you're catching me on the replay, hello. Hello, everyone. How are you doing? So I hope you're having an amazing day. This is another episode of Connections and Conversations, and this is episode 301. This is year 3 of me doing this. And this is the first episode of 2020. So, yay! I'm excited about it. So, I'm going to get into it. And by my title, you're probably wondering, what? This is not a hobby. And I'm not talking about me, I'm talking about you and me. Because everything comes from what I find interesting in my life and things that I discover and uncover about myself and what I'm doing. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. So I wanted to make sure that everything's working okay. If you're joining me live, definitely in the comments, tell me hello, say hello to me, and let me know you're here. Tell me where you're joining me from if this is your first time, because hey, let's connect. This is it. This is Connections and Conversations, right? So I'm just checking and making sure this thing is working. So if you're on YouTube, hello, hit the subscribe button and like, and say hello to me there too in the comments. So I know this is live streaming over there. So I'm just checking this, making sure everything's okay, that I'm okay under the circumstances. Hello. Okay, so looks like we're good. We're at least live. And so this is not a hobby. Now, when I say that, I'm not saying that from more of a directive. Like I'm on here to tell you XYZ and to say XYZ about this is not a hobby. What I want us to talk about, it's a new year, it's a new decade. I want to talk about our goals. And as you look at the goals on your list, check them out. Let me know what's on there. So, what is on your list? Do you find that the things on your list are more hobbies? Or, oh my goodness, is that Lee Allen? Hello, it's been forever. How are you? It's been a minute. It's been a minute. You know, it's interesting. I'll be going through, well, not Brighton, but I'll be going through the London airport, but I'm not there long enough to do anything, to see anyone. But it's good to see you. It's good. It's good to have you here. So today we're talking about this is not a hobby. This is not a hobby. And in the comments, look at your list, look at your goals, think about them, especially your first quarter goals, and look at them and check them out. And I bet you, if I can put some money on it and actually you pay me, because I know you're going to pay me because I'm going to win. When you look at them, you're probably going to realize that what's on there are not hobbies. What's on there are not things that you want to do. Like you may have goals to work out, but that's for your health. Like that is something serious too. But if you look at those things that you want to achieve, you want to accomplish this quarter, this year, you will probably discover that it's not a hobby. And so I want you to think about that. I want you to think about why this is not a hobby. And I'm going to use myself as an example because that's what I know. So definitely think about it in terms of what you have set up and your goals that you have. So a hobby, you know, I like to break down definitions. So let's start there. So a hobby are those things that are done regularly, either for fun or for pleasure, usually not for money. Just saying. They're usually not for money at all. They are leisure. We do it in our leisure time when we're not doing much of anything. We sometimes it's actually what you consider your hobby may actually be relaxing to you. It may be something that's not your main occupation. It's typically your hobby. And it's your spare time, what you do in your spare time for fun. It's something that you do for fun, but not money. It's when you are not working. And when I'm talking about that word, and I'm not going to use that word intentionally when I'm talking about these two, I'm going to talk about the idea of hobby and what it really is, which I'll tell you in a minute. But because work has such a negative connotation, and I'm not going to use that word when I talk about the opposite of hobby. I'm not going to talk about that because this show is about moving you in the direction of more and preparing you for what's next. And I know some of you are entrepreneurs. Some of you have goals to start something new, go back to school. And in that, I want you to think about, is that whatever you're aspiring to do, whatever you want to do, is that a hobby or is it a vocation? All the talk on this channel and on this show is about moving you toward your purpose, what you have been designed and designated to do. And when you look at that, it's probably your vocation. Now, I must admit, I have several. I have several. And so let's talk about vocation though. Because a hobby is what you do for fun. You don't expect to get paid. It's just a leisure. And when you think of that, you think, well, when I'm doing what I enjoy, when I do what I really want to do, not what I have to do for a living, work, what I have to do to make a living, you're probably thinking, yeah, that's a hobby. Like it's my hobby. But if you have it as a goal and you are an entrepreneur and you want to really make something out of it, it's probably not something you want to do totally free. Like just because there's probably an end to it. There's probably an end in mind. And when I think about what I am embarking on, what I am doing with my platforms, I think of it as a vocation because that's my life's work. That's my mission work. That is whatever you want to call it. That's my purpose. So those are some of the terms you may use. That's what vocation is. And I think if you really look at what you're doing or want to do, it's probably your vocation. And I have several, like I have teaching. Right. Of course, I get paid for that too. So that's pretty good when you can get paid for what you like. And that's what I think a vocation is. It's like it's something you enjoy. It has those elements of a hobby, but it's also something your life's work is what you've been put here to do. Like that that's what you really meant to do. Like you do this other stuff, you're good at this other stuff, but really what you're meant to do is your vocation. The vocation, the part that I think is different from working and a vocation is a vocation. It taps into your purpose and what you're meant to do. And it's not about money per se, even though it is vocation, it's more about the value. And there's a difference. Yes, it's nice to get paid. But it's even better to be valued and to get value out of it and to give and share value with others and add value. So it's this added value concept. And I think that's what vocation is. So this is not a hobby. So I know, like, even when I come on live and I come here, I told you I was going to use myself as an example. When I come on here, people say, oh, this is a hobby. No. This is a path, and one of the things that I do in order to reach my goals and to really live out and make room for my vocation, for what I'm really meant to do. What is that? Besides teaching, it's also helping you to reach your next level, whatever that is for you. See, what I think in my philosophy, my personal philosophy, is that I'm only as successful as the people that cross my path, as the people who seek me out for help. And really, and any luck, any epiphanies, anything you've discovered or uncovered. And sometimes it's always there. Sometimes we know. Sometimes we know from the beginning. We know what our life's work is. We know what we're passionate about. We know what our purpose is. We don't want to say it. We don't want to admit it because it's not conforming to societal norms. But many times we know what that is, or we have an inkling as to what it is. And so my mouse is down here. Sorry, y'all. And so, for me, it's really helping others reach their next level, which is why my platform is called Catalyst for Change. If I'm not being a change agent and being that catalyst, which means I get you started, like I can't maybe go on the whole journey with you because that may not be my role in your life, but maybe I can ignite something within you to put you on the right path, right? And so I know that mine is teaching. I can teach you just about anything that I know how to do. If I don't know how to do it, I can't teach it. I can tell you where to research and find information, but I probably can't teach it. But teaching and really helping others reach their next level and moving in that direction of more and strategizing how to get there. That's just where it lies. And I can do that in many different ways, So when we think of the people around us, when we think of what's in our space, when we think of our goals, you got to think about how is that affecting what you're trying to accomplish, what your goals are for 2020. And are you treating it like a hobby or are you treating it like a vocation? Because there's a different passion attached to it, right? Hobbies we tend to do when we can. Vocations, we make it a point to do it. We make sure that we do it. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the thumbs up. That's the difference, and I know that they really, really overlap. And besides the value aspect and the money aspect, but you think about how you treat a hobby versus a vocation. How do you treat that? A vocation is that thing that you tend to ignore the longest. Absolutely. I couldn't have said, thank you for being here because you're helping me say this. But that thing that allows you to add gold leaf to other people's lives. Exactly. That's it. And you enjoy doing it. And you're passionate about it. And you know without a shadow of a doubt, there's nothing else you'd rather be doing. If you have the choice. Now, sometimes we don't have the choice. Sometimes, we have to do those things that make us the money and, or we don't have time. Like in this business, this is my third year. Like sometimes people don't have 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, however long it takes for your business to be profitable to wait. Like you have to live, you have to eat, you have, with the basic needs, bread, water, and air, right? You need those things. And so you need those basic needs. And sometimes you don't have that time to wait. So we put it off and we put it off. But as you look at your goals, make sure there's something on there that helps you reach them, that helps you move closer to your vocation. Okay, so, let's see. I'm a full-time platform medium. Now, Alan Lee, I don't know what that means. I don't know what a platform medium is. So I don't know if it's just something that I'm not aware of or if it's a language thing. So if you can explain that, let me know. That's your vocation. But you know what your vocation is. And that's the thing, like if you know what it is. And so the question is, now that you know what it is, are you treating it like a hobby or are you treating it like it is your vocation? Don't answer that. You don't have to answer that in the chat. That's just something I want you to think about. All of you, live or on the replay. Once you determine your hobbies versus your vocation, then look at your vocation. Are you treating it like a hobby? Doing it whenever you can, however you can, is not high on the priority list? Or are you really treating it like a vocation? Right? That's the thing. So when you're pursuing your vocation, I got to give you some things to think about. Really? Don't tell me what's going on in this head of mine right now. That is interesting. and see if you know that's yours and you know you have a gift for it. How are you using it? How are you using that gift? Are you treating it like a hobby, a vocation? Or are you using it for good or for evil? Right? And so when you're pursuing your vocation, there's some things that you have to do. And so I think as you go through your list, there's some things I want you to really think about in relation to your vocation, whatever that is, whatever your life's work is, whatever you know at this point in your life that you're meant to do. What is it that is hindering you from really doing it to a full capacity all the way? Besides money, besides needing to work a job, like what takes you from that? What makes you stay stuck or put it off and procrastinate on it? What makes you just not even approach it, not even tackle it, not even think about it? Okay. But in the process, when you're doing it, there's some things you have to do. Otherwise, you still may be unsuccessful. One, you've got to protect your peace. Like, and when I say that, like there could be chaos all around, but there's peace, right? So you've got to be comfortable with what it is you're meant to do and not be afraid of it. And if you are afraid of it, have courage and go for it. Just go. Beyond that, you must also guard your energy, your space. You've got to keep it positive. You got to keep all the negativity out. You must guard your space. And sometimes that is withdrawing from distractions. Sometimes that is removing yourself from situations that are perpetuating negative energy. And so you may have to do some things to change up things just a bit. Maybe not forever, but for the moment. Number 3, listen to your inner voice, your gut. Follow your gut. We talk about that all the time. That's really cliche, y'all. But listen to that inner voice. Listen to yourself. Like, listen to what you want to do. Like, really acknowledge, like, you have this pull toward that vocation, whatever it is you want to do. And be willing to do what others won't do. That's number 4. Be willing to do what others won't do. And I know you've probably seen that quote on my page before if you follow me, but that's it. That's part of it. If you really want to tap into your vocation, your life's work, your purpose, your mission, whatever you want to call it, your gift, you must be willing to do what others are not going to do, which means you may have to do those things that are kind of scary or unpleasant. So those things. And I posted on my Instagram yesterday the quote: "You cannot advance to the next level with dead weight." So, because that stuff just weighs you down. Dead weight can be a person in your life. It could be a place where you live. It could be something, a bad habit, something in your life that you're attached to. It could be any of those things. It can even be how you perceive yourself and what you say about yourself, a state of being, right? So you must release and get rid of the dead weight. Number 6, stand firm. So whatever it is, so you have your list, you're going to do it this year. I know. I'm going to check back in with y'all in 3 weeks. And probably by the first week of February, when we have our episode, then many of us may have let go and said, we're not going to do XYZ. We're not going to reach this goal or that goal. That may happen. So your journey begins outside of your comfort zone. Well said. Absolutely, Lee. That's it. And the inner voice is that guidance that is never wrong. No, there's a reason it's there. There's a reason it's there. There's a reason you're hearing it. I'm just saying. And here's another comment. If whatever your vocation is, it can help people move forward and overcome the rocks life put in their road. You never know. I always say, Lee, that's a great point as we're going through this list. One of the things that I always say is that You may be the answer to someone's breakthrough. You may be procrastinating on someone's breakthrough. What you are holding back, what you are not acknowledging, what you're giving up on and putting to the side, or not pursuing, could be someone else's breakthrough. Could be that one thing that helps another person. And so as you look at your goals and you look at what you're doing for 2020, what you want to accomplish, even for January or February, even for those, look at those and see, if I don't do this, who is my audience? Who am I serving? Because that's who you may be blocking their breakthrough, stopping them from getting their breakthrough, because you have what they need and you've been gifted with that. So anyway, I can go on and on and on and on. All right. And then number 7, the last one. So before I get to the last one, let me recap, because I did a whole tangent there. Number 1, protect your peace. 2, protect your energy and your space. Keep it positive. 3, listen to your inner voice. 4, be willing to do what others don't do, won't do. 5, release the dead weight. Release those things that are holding you back and that are not serving you. 6, stand firm and don't not pursue something because you're scared. I know, double negative. Just had to. Okay, and 7, believe in yourself. Hey, Trifania, how are you? Welcome. And number 7, believe in yourself. Self-doubt will keep us from doing those things that we're meant to do. Self-doubt will stop us from pursuing our vocation. So pursue your vocation. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the love. So as you are looking at your goals, and I know we're in the first week, and I want you to get past your 3rd week, 21 days with your goals, because I know many of us, life, we go back to work, vacation's over, life starts to happen, and we tend to say, oh, we'll do that later, we'll do this another time. And I want you to just take a moment and look and see, what is my vocation? Ask yourself, what is my vocation? And am I treating it like a hobby or a vocation? Your vocation is not a hobby. You don't approach it the same way we do our hobbies. So that is what I'll leave you with. Thank you so much for joining me live or via the replay. I am Dr. Tammy, and I have some amazing things set up for 2020 to make sure that you live out your vocation, that you create space for your vocation so that you can clarify what your vocation is versus what you're working, doing, and your hobby. Because those to me are 3 different things. And the way they're connected is slightly different. And we can definitely talk about that. So I have some things coming up. So if you're not following me on social media, hey, Trifania, I'm great. I am tackling this interesting topic. It came to me, and so this episode is, I had to get there. So anyway, you're welcome. You're welcome, Lise. Nice to see you here. Thank you for coming. Okay, so let me just say, follow me on social media. If you're not, there you're gonna see some things that I have coming up that's going to help you live out your vocation and really think about how you can prepare for what's next and move in the direction of more. And one of those is we have a retreat coming up in April that's in New York. It's a weekend retreat, 2-day retreat. And I invite you to check out more information on that. I will be putting that information up. Well, I'll put it in the comments below, but let me put it up here if I can find it, for the retreat. So you can definitely join one of the retreats in 2020. We have two of them. We have one in April in New York. We have the other one in September this year in Chicago. So there's two opportunities for join us on the retreat, where it's filled with strategy sessions and excursions. We have excursions, which are also part of the journey and part of the catalyst that's going to move you in the direction of more. So those are available. We also have some fun things coming as well, that we're going to be doing, some other educational things, exploring, exploring. And we have the cruise coming up in May. So that's in May 2020. We have that coming. And we also have in August, we have Barcelona. We're going to Barcelona, Spain. So if you would like to go or you're interested in that, let me know. The information is here on the graphic that's in front of me. Let's see if I can do this. Okay, maybe I can't because it's down there. Look, oh, there I go. Look, this is like, I'm like a magician. Okay. So anyway, it's down there. I'm sorry, playing around. But you can definitely go to brandnewtravels.net and find out more information there about Barcelona, Spain, and sign up. If you're going with us, deposits are due in less than 2 weeks. So make sure you hop on that and definitely let me know in the comments if you're going, because then I can add you to our chat group. We have a chat group set up where we're talking about it and sharing about it. So let me know. I think that's all I have for today. I have lots, but I think that's it. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. If you have any questions about anything going on in our community, let me know. Make sure you stay connected and stay with me. We have apparel. We have more designs coming out this spring. So look for them. They may come out late winter. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But definitely stay connected so you'll know what the latest and greatest is. So, all right, y'all, I am out of here. I appreciate you joining me. Yay, yay, yay. Thank you. I'd appreciate that. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. And so if you're not following Brand New Travels, follow Brand New Travels. That was the website I just put up. Great resource when you're traveling and seeing the world. So I'll see y'all all soon. Y'all take care. Have a great day. And remember, is your vocation, or are you treating it like a hobby? This is not a hobby. So this is my vocation, and I hope you'll join me on the journey. Love you all. Bye. Let's see if I can get this. This is always the interesting part. Ending the broadcast. I just never do that right. Y'all take care.